Okay, so you responded with your list of all the 8 live-action Spider-Man movies ranked. Now here's my list.
All right, let's hear it.
So at number 8, I have The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Again, this one felt like what Spider-Man 3 was trying to do with just including way too many things in the story.
Yeah.
You know, a bunch of villains. And I just didn't really enjoy any of the villains, to be honest.
Yeah, both villains definitely did slack. I mean, didn't buy their version of Green Goblin like at all.
And like we said, some redeeming qualities of this movie would be the chemistry between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. You know, that was a good scene with her death. You felt that one.
Yeah, you did.
Number 7, I got Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
I feel like for a lot of people, this movie would be higher, you know, with nostalgia playing and with it. But there's a lot of bad things about this movie.
Dude, there are. Like, I mean,
there are.
Yes, it's like probably the most meme-worthy movie ever. Yeah. But there's a reason they're memes.
At this point, you can just watch this movie as a comedy.
Seriously, it's not supposed to be a comedy. Right. It's funny because it's that bad.
Yeah. And I do like the black suit that he has. They tried to give you the comic book suit and ended up looking like a sex suit. So they just went with just making the Raimi version of the Spider-Man suit black.
Yeah.
I actually really like it.
And not to mention the music that went with it.
I was about to say, another redeeming quality of that is the music. The music went hard.
Yeah, I will say that.
At number 6, I have The Amazing Spider-Man 1. But we are getting into territory now where I do like these films. Like, at this point, I don't think these are bad films and I enjoy them. And I'm not going to lie. Like, I wasn't Andrew Garfield's biggest fan when those movies first came out. But when I went back and rewatched them, and especially when No Way Home came out, I was like, you know what? I actually really do like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Dude, I thought he had a great interpretation of it.
And I will say one thing that the other Spider-Man movies haven't matched with the Amazing Spider-Man ones is the web slinging.
Yes.
They do have really good web slinging.
They are very good. And honestly, there was even some web slinging moves in the Spider-Man game that were inspired by the Amazing Spider-Man because they were just like that good.
At number 5, I have Spider-Man Far From Home.
Okay.
I personally really did enjoy Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. Yes, the motive was a little weird with him just being so caught up on you know, Tony Stark's stealing his idea or whatever, renaming it and stuff.
Yeah, honestly, and with somebody who was clearly as smart as him, it feels like he could have done something else with his life instead of getting caught up on this one thing.
Right. The fight scenes with Mysterio, I think, are really cool visual effects.
They definitely are, especially like you know, I mean, those visions that he sees are just absolutely like the most trippy thing ever.
It was so trippy. It was great. Also nice to see Peter Parker have to adapt, you know, with Tony Stark being dead and him having to step up to the plate.
Yeah, that's what this movie was about, like a lot.
Yeah. At number 4, I have Spider-Man Homecoming. That's only one lower than yours. I really do like Spider-Man Homecoming. Vulture is one of my favorite villains that we've gotten in the MCU. Michael Keaton just did a great job. And like we said, you know, when you were talking about this, a lot of people say that Tony Stark was a crutch for this film, but I really enjoyed that part that we're finally getting to see all these different, you know, Marvel characters interact with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if it's gotten to the point where like if it's an MCU movie, you can expect there to be some interaction from, you know, other parts of the universe. That's like that's the whole point of making a universe is to have them be able to join in on films and add to it.
Exactly. And Spider-Man, you know, taking the more grounded cases while Iron Man's dealing with Avengers shit.
Exactly.
And yeah, that father-son relationship that they had was great. And number 3, I got Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people would say that's low for Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
With the Raimi trilogy, obviously, we do have a lot of nostalgia playing into the Raimi trilogy, but they did do a lot of great things as the first, like, big screen Spider-Man interpretation. Alfred Molina was a great Doc Ock, and we got some great fight choreography than that one. Better than the first Spider-Man.
For sure.
But we also got some good horror scenes in that as well.
Yeah, we did. There were some good jump scares.
There were.
Sam Raimi, bro.
Just like always. But that hospital scene with Doc Ock and his tentacles, that was like straight out of a horror movie.
It literally was.
That was great.
It was good.
But in the end, once again, just feels like a true Spider-Man movie.
It really does.
Coming at number 2, I got Spider-Man 1.
Really?
Yeah, buddy.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Green Goblin better than I do like Doc Ock.
I will agree with you on that.
I think Willem Dafoe's performance was just absolutely great. Obviously, we get to see him reprise it later and just kill it even more.
He knows how to be this creepy ass villain, and he's so good, especially with that voice change. Bro.
Yes,
he does that so well.
But I really enjoyed the origin story in this as well. This was a great origin story for the first big screen viewing of Spider-Man. Not to mention, bro, going back, I liked his relationship with MJ way better in this. You know, going to the very end, and he's like, that shit was cold blooded. He's like, I'm Spider-Man. I can't be with you. Like, obviously, he's not saying this to MJ, but in his mind, he's like, bitch, I can't be with you. I'm Spider-Man. I was like, damn, that's cold-blooded.
It is cold-blooded.
After she literally says, I love you, and he's like, I'm sorry, I can't be with you. Also, the very first time we hear that amazing Danny Elfman score for the Raimi trilogy. I mean, that theme is just beautiful. And then coming at number 1 for me, I do also have Spider-Man No Way Home.
Only one that it could be, man.
Yes, Spider-Man No Way Home was a lot of fan service, but it fucking worked.
It did.
It really did. And we get, you know, Willem Dafoe reprising Green Goblin, which was absolutely amazing. We get the whole, you know, Uncle Ben story for our Tom Holland Spider-Man, except it being, you know, Aunt May. And, bro, that shit hit the heart hard.
Dude, I don't cry a lot in movies, but that shit had me like tearing up.
No, and Tom Holland's acting was actually amazing in this, as far as Andrew Garfield's as well. Yes. Andrew Garfield stole the show to me.
He really did. Like when he was telling that story about Gwen and like how he lost her and, you know, how he started not holding back his punches.
Right.
Dude, that shit was heavy.
And honestly, the chemistry between Toby, Andrew, and Tom was great.
It was so good because they all, like, them as actors, they all had like mutual respect for this character of Spider-Man.
Yes.
And they've all had the honor to play him on screen. So there was just like a genuine friendship going on there, and you like felt it on screen.
But yeah, it just felt like such a comic book Spider-Man movie, you know, because you also have Doctor Strange involved, you know, all these other Spider-Man comic book characters. It was great.